trade war between the United States and our neighbors to the north and south is heating up.
It sure is. Canada immediately responded with tariffs levied by President Trump, and now Mexico also threatening to hit back with its own tariffs. We're expecting that sometime this morning. Let's get right to Good Day's Robert Moses, who joins us live from the East Village with the very latest. Robert, good morning.
Tashani and Dan, good morning to you. President Donald Trump is making good on his promise to levy tariffs in an effort to stem the flow of fentanyl and undocumented immigrants. But
they've treated us very unfairly. And I say, why should we be subsidizing Canada? It's wonderful. I have so many friends in Canada. It's a great place.
Is there a concession
But
you're looking for, sir?
No, we're not looking for a concession. And we'll just see what happens.
We should also be cautious about the motivation of the one who provides information. That's why the scriptures warn us against priestcraft.
The Mormon Church will have you to believe that it's a religion that dabbles in business. They are a business dabbling in religion.
The Lord wants all his children to partake of the eternal blessings available in his temple. He has directed what each person must do to qualify to enter his holy house. All requirements to enter the temple relate to personal holiness. To assess that readiness, each person who wants to enjoy the blessings of the temple will have 2 interviews. First, with a bishop, bishopric counselor, or branch president. Second, with a stake or mission president or one of his counselors. In those interviews, several questions will be asked. Some of those questions have recently been edited for clarity. I would like to review them for you now. Are you a full tithe payer?
Tithe paying is evidence that we accept the law of sacrifice. It also prepares us for the law of consecration and the other higher laws of the celestial kingdom. President Lorenzo Snow taught that the law of tithing is one of the most important ever revealed to man. Faithful adherence to this law opens the windows of heaven for blessings temporal and spiritual. As a lifelong recipient of those blessings, I testify to the goodness of our God and his bounteous blessings to his children. And young women, please understand that if you dress immodestly, you are magnifying this problem by becoming pornography.
60 Minutes Overtime.
This week on 60 Minutes, we spoke to David Nielsen, a former senior portfolio manager at Ensign Peak Advisors. The firm is the investment arm of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In 2019, David Nielsen filed a whistleblower complaint with the IRS that alleged Ensign Peak had violated its tax exemption from the IRS.
The mandate given by the First Presidency and the presiding bishopric is to only focus on financial growth. EPA employees are told that the money will be used after the second coming of Jesus Christ or during Armageddon right before he would come again.
In the coming day, Jesus Christ will return to the earth as the millennial Messiah, or the second coming.
Why does God, a God of miracles, require all this money?
But has the church built its wealth on the backs of taxpayers in Canada and around the world?
There's live questions about whether the church has engaged in wide-scale tax avoidance or illegal wide-scale tax evasion.
We're learning that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is facing accusations of tax evasion in Australia.
There are critics who say this sounds an awful lot like an investment bank and they're not paying taxes.
It's not an investment bank, it's the church's treasury.
For the first time, we have an idea now of how much the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints big investment fund performed over the course of a year.
That fund is called Ensign Peak Advisors, and Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle found the public document showing how many billions of dollars it gained in 2020.
Over the last year, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been more forthcoming about how it's investing tithing money. This latest filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission shows that despite the economic downturn of the pandemic, the church's big investment fund made money. This filing with the SEC shows the holdings of Ensign Peak Advisors at the end of 2020. When added all up, it shows the fund gained more than $6 billion in one of the most difficult financial years in American history.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints now suing its insurance providers for the cost of covering a sex abuse settlement.
Through federal filings, we confirmed the numbers on 12 funds, each with more than one web domain owned by the LDS Church. The funds control about $31.9 billion in investments.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is facing yet another lawsuit over how it uses members' tithing. And
plaintiffs' attorneys argued funds should be donated immediately for religious and humanitarian works, saying the church committed fraud by investing a portion of donated funds and allowing them to grow over time. The defendants argued church tithings go into their investment branch is important to their long-term goal. Plaintiffs are wanting a class action lawsuit which may involve millions of other members of the church. The defendants counter, saying it would violate the First Amendment.
Now, to each member of the church I say, keep on the covenant path.